Warning, the conversations in this podcast are performed by the cavemen. For your safety and the protection of those around you, please do not attempt to take anything you hear too seriously on the show. Yo, what up? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Cave Podcast. I'm Francis, being co-hosted with my boy Feel the Burn. What's happening, Mr. Feel the Burn?
What up, dude?
Just real quick, just want to plug our socials. Catch us at The Cave. That's the K4V3. And check out our website as well, thek4v3.com. On tonight's episode, we're going to kind of come back to what we last spoke about on where LeBron was going to land. And, last episode, you and I, Phil LeBron, had the prediction that he was going to the 76ers, and that prediction came to fruition. What would you like to add to your correct prediction, Mr. Phil LeBron?
I mean, that announcement day was one of those fun days on social media when the news broke and we got the alert. A lot of funny memes and tweets and posts and all that stuff, and it was pretty cool to see, because this is probably, based on what he said, his last decision. So him controlling, all the eyeballs and like media and everything, like for his basketball moves, was pretty fun to watch happen again. And then, the days that followed, I hopped on, I think that day, to do a pod with Proper and Jerezy, which we talked about Spider-Man and Marvel and Avengers. So if you haven't checked that out, go watch it. I think that was our last K-pod. But since then, there's been some things that have come out. Obviously, the behind the scenes, everyone loves to hear about timelines and who he was, or who Rich was negotiating with, other teams that LeBron reached out to, and I'm happy it's over. I was hoping we'd have a schedule by now, like all the important games, because supposedly that was what Adam Silver was mad at Rich Paul and LeBron about, and not able to schedule Christmas and all the other freaking games. Yeah, dude. There's been some interesting developments, I think, since the announcement.
Yeah, man, pretty interesting stuff. Before we dive into the X's and O's of the basketball, I want to touch on our boy Jerezy's comments right now, because he says it's a sacrificial move with the whole Kobe Bryant relations. And, there's some, I wouldn't count that out. I'm just not that interested in all that shit, but there is a lot of weird conspiracies, or not conspiracies, maybe just actual facts. And let me just go down the facts real quick. So LeBron signed with Philadelphia, the city where Kobe Bryant was born. LeBron will be taking a helicopter to commute to Philly from New York. Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash.
Yes, he did.
LeBron broke Kobe Bryant's scoring record in Philly the night before Kobe died. LeBron signed a 2-year, $8 million contract. Of course, Kobe's number was number 28. And this is LeBron's 24th year in the NBA, and Kobe also wore the number 24. And also, I think the night he broke the record, Philly had a broken snake or snake emblem on their floor, which is fucking weird, because what the fuck is there a snake doing on the 76ers floor.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, and then, LeBron has a Boule tattoo on his chest. For those who don't know, Boule is kind of like I don't know how to explain it that well, but apparently they are the black version of the Freemasons, if I may. I know I'm chopping that up a little bit. Jerezy, feel free to go in the comments to inform our viewers, but that's basically what that is. And I think it is kind of weird too, because like Philly is also like the city where America was born, right? That was where the Constitution was signed. So there's a lot of roots of Freemason, Illuminati shit. So it's kind of just like a full circle where LeBron is going to end his career there. It's part of the numerology shit that the Illuminati or Freemasons like to use. And so, yeah, that's what it is. Up to you guys if you want to believe it or not. For me personally, I'm always up for discussion and I always want to question things. And I wouldn't count it out, but I'm also like not going to just go full on in. If you'd like to know more about this, please follow the K4V3 Instagram where Jerezy does a full deep dive on this shit. But it is kind of weird. I will say that. I mean, the one that makes it the weirdest is like the snake and the 76ers floor. That's just like, what does that have to do with anything? That's like, you might as well just put a triangle with an eye in the middle on the fucking New York Knicks floor or some shit.
Yeah, because Kobe, he was done playing at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it was like his last season, I mean, they still wouldn't do that. Like they wouldn't put other people's logos and stuff on your courts or whatnot. So very curious to see what the purpose of that snake decal was on the court. There are a lot of interesting numerology coincidences that with 8 and 24 and 76 that make it very eerie for sure.
And apparently, I'm also reading just some of Jerezy's notes that Kobe and LeBron are 76 months apart in terms of birth. And now he's on the 76ers. So there's another hidden gem right there, thanks to our boy Jerezy. So it does make you question, is sports fake and
gay?
There you go.
That's what I like to say. 70. I'm trying to do the math in my head, and the math is not mathing. How many years is that?
Let me
12
see.
times 5 is what?
It's 76 divided by 12. So that's about 6.333 years. LeBron wore number 6 in Miami. 6.33. And Kobe wore 33 in high school in Philadelphia. Oh my fucking god. That is kind of crazy.
Man, I should have put my Lower Merion jersey on. I do have a Lower Merion.
Oh, I have my Lower jersey for sure. I rock that.
Yeah.
I rock them quite often now when I go to Laker games.
I think the first real funny thing about LeBron moving or deciding to play for Philly is that he's going to live in New York and fly to Philly.
Yeah.
Just because that's what he thinks about living in Philadelphia. It's like he would rather live in New York.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I'm good.
He can stay anywhere he wants in Philly. Yeah. He can live anywhere he wants in that state. In the city. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna live in one of the boroughs of New York and just take a helicopter in. Like a quarter of his, I think I read something about a quarter of his salary is gonna go towards this helicopter.
Damn.
That's silly.
When you're that rich, like he's just trying to win another championship at this point. So
Yeah,
Question, right?
let's chat about that, dude. Like, so
Yeah. Let's transition
this,
from conspiracy
uh,
to the fake sports.
I do think it's funny that there's a movie called The Number 23 and LeBron is 23. Uh, it's not a coincidence, but um, Philadelphia. I mean, we talked about it before he joined, like what his addition would mean to that team, and where like where they would fit. Initially, before I dove into like the numbers and started seeing some like research tweets and posts or whatever, uh, initially my thought was no one's beating this team in a 7-game series if healthy.
If healthy, correct.
If healthy. And I preface every like prediction or every like thing I go on record to say is like I don't take injuries into account because they're so random. Like there's like trends and stuff that you can say like, yeah, I feel like he's probably gonna get hurt, but to factor that into like a prediction for me, like I don't factor in injuries. That's just a me thing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so when I look at like when you put the best teams, like if you had the 16 best teams, 8 on each side, right, going into the playoffs after the play-ins, I think Philly's going to end up with the. I think they're going to end up with the 1 seed. I do.
Okay. Interesting. I
in the
disagree.
East.
I disagree, but
Yeah, I have a big feeling that the Knicks are going to have a hangover. I definitely feel like that run that they went on is not sustainable. It's fun to watch and it's awesome to talk about. But like what they did in the playoffs, like that's not going to happen again.
mm-hmm.
And then like Miami, do they have enough shooting? I'm not sure. Boston, where are they going to get out of Tatum? So there's some questions. Cavs, I mean, Pistons are good. Pistons are gonna give Philly, I think, a run for their money. But like for me, that was my initial thought was like no one's beating this team in the 7-game series on either side of the conferences.
Yeah.
Get healthy.
I agree with that statement that they're going to be tough to beat in the 7-game series, especially in the playoffs when you need. I don't know. The Spurs might give them a run for their money if they meet in the finals. But to backtrack, I know you said you felt like they would. You predict that they would finish number 1. I, however, feel like they might end up more in like a 3-4 seed, just because with Embiid's injury history. I know you don't take injuries as in your predictions, but you have, in my opinion, when it comes to Embiid, you kind of have to because that's just been his whole career. He hasn't been healthy for one full season in a long time. But with that being said, now you have LeBron too. A lot of that weight is off Embiid's shoulders, but also LeBron is 41, 42. He's going to take back-to-backs off no matter what. So I think their goal is let's finish with home court advantage in the first round. So 3-4-2, and let's just get there healthy. And then to your point, I feel like if they're healthy going to the playoffs, they're very confident beating anybody in a 7-game series. So that's just my take. I think the way the Knicks play, I think they can sustain being a number 1 seed, but I don't see them beating the Sixers in a 7-game series in the playoffs. So, yeah, I kind of agree with most of your statements, except I feel like they will finish not a 1 seed. That's just my prediction because it's a long season. I mean, the 76ers, I mean, the Knicks got that pretty – I'm sorry, let me retrace. The Pistons got that number 1 seed because they were like one of the most healthy Eastern Conference teams. Cade Cunningham barely missed any games. Jalen Duren barely missed any games. So, yeah, I think that just the injury factors when it comes to Sixers, that I think that's just going to affect their seeding a little bit. But
yeah,
like you're going to run. I mean, the only teams I feel like the Sixers need to worry about is like the Knicks and the Cavs. And I think it's not really even the Cavs. It's mostly just the Knicks. just because I feel like Cat and Embiid match up really well. I think that's a great matchup because Cat and Embiid match up really well. Then you got LeBron having to face up with either Mikal Bridges or Josh Hart, and then you got VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey going against Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart or one of their other guards that kind of brain farting right now. So yeah, that's just what I think. But I think it's going to be a fun brand of basketball to watch. It's kind of going to be a. They're going to obviously involve a lot of your modern day basketball concepts, but also mix in your old school, like two down. Because LeBron in the post is still very deadly. And if you have LeBron and Embiid playing like a high low action, and LeBron's a very good passer, that's going to lead into kind of the playing inside out versus right now a lot of the teams play the route their mindset's like outside in first. So I think you're going to get a good mix of that two styles. But yeah.
I think one of the funniest, not the funniest, but like one of the interesting tweets I saw was when it came to usage. And if you combine one of the usage metrics for the starting five, it's like 143%.
Damn.
Which means that somebody or buddies are going to have to like take, less of a role when it comes into comparison to last season. Now, I look at that as being like for a dude like Brown, his usage was probably, high because Tatum was out.
Mm-hmm.
So his was always going to like regress to the mean. And Embiid was so low in the play, So, all that to be said, I feel like the biggest like hindrance or the biggest detriment that this team could have is going to be learning how to play together.
Yes.
And 100%. Some other stuff that came out was that LeBron's going to be the point guard in this offense, which, I mean, surprise, surprise, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how would that affect, the scheme that they have under Nick Nurse? Like, if LeBron's the point, like, what does that mean for everybody else?
Yeah, I think it might be. I kind of see it working because Tyrese Maxey is not really a true pass first point guard. He wants to get buckets.
Yeah, so he's going to be shooting.
Same with, and I don't think LeBron is in the point of his career where he wants to like carry the scoring load. He really just wants to use his IQ, his strength to get to be a playmaker and get easy buckets. I don't think he's trying to at this point of his career. I mean, he can do it if he wants to, but the reason why he signed with this team is he feels like he can just be free and not have to be superhero basketball all the time. So I do see it working with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. I think they can be like off ball. I think more of the question is like the Jaylen Brown dynamic with LeBron because to your point, his usage was so high without Jason Tatum, and I think he kind of proven that he was a Finals MVP that championship run. So I think he wants to really be that dude on the squad, which I don't think any of them. I think a lot of them can put their egos to the side because I think with LeBron coming, they're like a win now. Let's figure it out. And I also want to add one thing that might hurt them though. Is I was looking at the roster and their bench isn't very strong. There isn't really any notable names on their bench. I think that's just what happens when you trade for Jaylen Brown. You got rid of PG and a couple of role players and some draft picks.
Yeah.
So that's just the the give and take with it. Very similar to like how the Warriors were like, where their bench wasn't insanely deep. I think it was just like Sean Livingston. Maybe
Yeah.
was that the only dude off the bench that was like a good player. Um,
Sean Livingston, Clipper legend.
oh yeah, midi god. But yeah, that's kind of those are my 2 cents. I don't really have much
Oh,
else to add.
Pacers. I forgot about the Pacers. They're going to be tough.
Mm. Yeah, Tyrese coming back, Siakam
Yeah.
still hurting. Yeah, should be fun basketball to watch.
Oh,
Um,
definitely.
there's
Who's
gonna,
the Christmas game for
I'm
Philly?
it's for sure Philly Lakers. Come on now,
I don't think so.
who you think is gonna be Knicks?
I think it's Philly going to Madison Square Garden.
That'd be dope. That'd be
Yeah.
dope.
Less travel for
I
LeBron on Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he can just stay at home, just go downstairs. He's probably in a high rise in Midtown Manhattan.
uh, um. So some of the funny stuff that came out after this was talking about how um it, one of the things I read today was Max Kellerman. He's been talking. I don't know where that relationship came. Him and Rich Paul. Like all of a sudden, like Max is the guy that Rich is talking to, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's
But
so
also, like,
random.
shout out to Max. Like, he's always been one of my favorite sports pundits out there.
Mhm.
And to answer Jereze's question, I want Iguodala. That's the answer to that question. He was asking about who takes the last shot.
Okay.
Shout out Max Kellerman for that. That's one of the funniest. Like, if you don't have the context of that conversation, it's an absolutely ridiculous like sound bite and clip. But Max does make a good point. It hasn't aged great, obviously, and don't forget Iguodala was a Finals MVP. But one of the funny things that came up was that supposedly Max heard that there was something happening in Miami that the quote was along the lines of like, if that piece comes, then LeBron comes. And since whatever happened with Miami didn't happen, then LeBron went to Philly. So I'm very intrigued to see if we'll ever find out what was supposed to happen in Miami. Because I don't know what that could mean, you know?
Yeah, there's always these like this and that what ifs that we don't really know until like years later down the line. But yeah, I don't even then. I don't know if Miami would have been a good fit, no matter what the piece was. Like I don't know, Bam.
Like, what could the move have been?
Yeah, like who?
KCP? like what are we talking about?
Yeah,
Austin Hoover's bought out, and now he's playing. You know.
Yeah.
God, KCP's hilarious. But let's pivot real quick before we get off. A little interesting tidbit came out today about Luka. Did you see this?
Yes, he is holding a mini camp in Slovenia, right?
So did LeBron say like, "I'm not trying to go to Slovenia," and he's like, "I just want to leave now," like because he didn't want to. He didn't want to do that. Was Luka like nervous to like have these things with LeBron around? Like,
yeah,
I think it's pretty cool that Luka's like flying everybody out there and paying for everything, and
that is dope.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think I think both of them realize it's an awkward dynamic because LeBron still feels like he's that dude and should be at least the leader. But I think he's also cognizant that like Luka's also that new kid on the block that's kind of coming into his own and wants to be a leader too. So maybe there's that weird stuff that they couldn't do last year because maybe LeBron didn't want to step on Luka's toes and Luka didn't want to step on LeBron's toes. But now it's kind of like, for sure it's Luka's team now. No question about it.
I definitely feel like LeBron didn't want to go or would have never went for it because of his family and shit. That it would have looked bad and just had an unnecessary like commentary on him like not go. Like LeBron's the only one that didn't go.
Yeah,
He had all
exactly.
the reasons. Like what the fuck? It's like sometimes like he just doesn't. It's like I got family. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
I can't go to Slovenia for a week. Like I'm
yeah.
not Austin Reeves. But yeah, like I respect that. I definitely got a softer spot for LeBron and all like the media controlling tactics him and Rich Paul do, because we had to deal with it. I'm happy we don't have to deal with it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one real positive about LeBron leaving is like we don't have to hear about this shit anymore,
Mm-hmm.
because we already have enough against us as Lakers fans as it is.
Yes, for sure.
So like I'm glad that's gone, but like it is definitely funny to see how some of that stuff, how other people are talking about it, and like I think my favorite one I saw was how like, oh my god, look at all the love that Phillies showed LeBron that he never got in LA. And it's like, well, he got standing ovations at fucking Dodger games, like he got loud ovations where he went. I mean, he's not from here. I know Kobe wasn't either, but Kobe came as a teenager, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like early in his life, right? So he really bought into it and was influenced very early with success here early, and stayed throughout. Like Shaq left, right? But Kobe stayed. And people forget, though, you want to talk about controlling narratives. Do you remember when Kobe was pulling all that shit with like wanting to be traded? Dude.
Oh yeah. He was trying to go to like Chicago or even Philly or the Clippers. Like,
Yeah.
he was
He was
pulling
talking
some.
about the Clippers.
Yeah,
And shout out to the Clippers, all of a sudden finding $20 million to throw at LeBron to want to come play for them when they're in the middle of litigation with fucking Kawhi and everything.
sold some extra trees, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, buddy, that's so bad right now. That's holding up Toronto too. You put Kawhi on that team, they're not bad. But my point was, it wasn't the same kind of love because for so long, like we always wanted to see Kobe versus LeBron, and like when LeBron was ascending, Kobe was kind of not starting his decline, but like you could tell like he was the old guy, and like so we just naturally had this unconscious bias against anybody. Like it happened with T-Mac too. Like we used to hate on T-Mac because they would compare him to Kobe. But we had this unconscious bias about going against our idols in LA that, because we hold them to such a high pedestal that it's hard for certain fans, and a lot of Laker fans had a hard time with LeBron being on the Lakers because then all of a sudden it's like legit. This is the greatest at the time. I still remain steadfast about this. The Lakers signing LeBron was the greatest acquisition that the Lakers have signed when it comes to bringing in someone's greatness to the Lakers. And there might not ever be another one acquisition like that for any team. Like when we brought him in, he was already, in a lot of people's minds, top 5, if not number 2, right behind MJ. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot that comes with that, and a lot of baggage that comes with him. For some people, they couldn't get over that, and that is what it is. But if you paid attention when LeBron was here, he was respected and loved. It wasn't as vocal as people maybe would have hoped or liked or wanted for him, but to say that he was never embraced is ridiculous because people forget what happened that first game after Kobe passed. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody was talking shit on LeBron in LA. A lot of people gave him flowers, and that was the hardest spot probably on the planet to be on at that time.
Yeah.
Was to lead a fan base, a team, organization, all of it through that devastating time. So, Philly fans are just different though too. Let them struggle in October, November, and this dude's gonna be getting booed.
Yeah,
right. Come Christmas. Fair or unfair, it is what it is. That's Philly, right? That's what happens. So I'm very interested to see that fan base, whether good, bad, or indifferent, how they react to LeBron. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, it's going to be exciting NBA season.
Yeah.
It's weird that LeBron's back in the Eastern Conference, but also it feels right that he's back in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, so. Yeah, man, I don't have much else to add. I mean, you kind of made some great points about how Laker fans, quote unquote, weren't embracing LeBron, but it's really just specific people that couldn't wrap their mind that the third best player of all time came to the Lakers. Like for me, I was like, I've always been like Kobe's better than LeBron, and I still feel that way to this day. I think it's MJ, Kobe, LeBron, but you have fucking LeBron that came to the Lakers. It was unquestionable top 5, if not top 3, and the fact that people were like, "I'm not gonna be a Laker fan until LeBron's gone." You're fucking so fucking dumb. I probably would have sent me a pin from my phone recovery, and it was number 24.
Holy shit! I have 24 notifications right now.
Yeah.
Oh no!
This is weird.
This is strange.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, that's all I got. You wanted to add anything else, Mr. Field?
Hey, training camp started today for a lot of teams. For NFL. Pearsall's already hurt for the Niners, so that's sick. Kyle Shanahan was in a car crash. Wild. Damn. One of our running backs broke their ribs today. They don't even wear pads right now. So things are going well in Ninerland. Meanwhile, I saw something on ESPN the other night about the Chargers, and buddy, this McDaniel Harbaugh thing gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
I love that they're like the little sound bites we get. Like they just had sound bites from their first practice. Mm-hmm. It's just hilarious, dude. Shout out Herbert got engaged.
That's right.
So
lucky guy.
Little fantasy insight here. I think we'll have it when we talk about football, but starting quarterbacks who recently got engaged, like the top tier ones, went on to have incredible seasons that first year of being engaged. Damn. So, okay. And I think a good chunk of them also had a Super Bowl appearance. So,
all right,
those are the kind of trendy stats I like.
That's some great insight.
I don't mess with injuries. But love wins, dude.
Love is a beautiful thing.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, when we're talking about all the Taylor Swift, Kelsey stuff. Shit's real, dude. It's real love. It's real love, dude. So
I don't know about
did the Eagles sign Carter, right?
Eagles extended Jalen Carter, so I'm happy about that. Got our defense locked up. And I haven't followed too much stuff, but I'm really excited to see what Sean Mannion is bringing to the table as an offensive coordinator. There's a quote that Jordan Mailata said that he's like, "Wow." I'm not going verbatim here, but he said something about like, "Man, this is how other offenses play. Like, this is how the Rams and the 49ers play." Jesus. So I'm excited Jalen Hurts just needed someone to like unlock that for him.
Oh, is that what that is? Is that all that was?
I think so. But I think Sean Mannion's also going to play into the fact that they still have a really good offensive line. They still have Saquon Barkley, who's arguably Saquon is still in his prime. Maybe like the later part of his prime. Like,
is he 30 yet?
I think he's just turned 30.
Ooh.
So
no, so that was a decline.
Yeah.
They say about running back
of his decline. The start of his decline. He's not quite declining yet.
I feel like he's not 30, dude.
He could be. He's been in the league for almost 9 years already.
There was something that came up the other day that was like 18 years ago, and I was like, fuck off. It wasn't 18 years ago. I can't think of what it was.
18 but I was like, there's no way. Fucking 18 years ago was when we graduated high school, bruh. 08. Damn is right.
That's wild.
Unk status.
Bunch of unks.
Bunch of fucking unks. Anyways, I think
More football to come.
yeah, more football to come. I think we're kind of in that dead zone for another month until preseason football starts really happening. Or so yeah.
Trade deadline for baseball is going to be nuts.
Oh, is Scooball going to the Dodgers?
Scooble? Yes, probably.
Damn,
He's
that's
probably going
crazy.
to go to the Dodgers. Yeah, all
Hell,
because Shohei can't pitch.
hell yeah, brother.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah,
You like baseball, bro.
I'm a bandwagon Dodgers fan. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know much about baseball to
That's a
begin
good
with,
time to be there, bro.
but you know, LA baby. All right, y'all. So I think that's the end of our show tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like Feel the Burn said, we'll be back with more football content as training camp comes to fruition. And yeah,
Yep.
pay attention to those numerology, man. Let's see if there's any weird shit going on in the NFL, any sacrificial stuff going on. All right. By the way, closing out, check us out at the cave, the K4V3. Peace.
Peace.